cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
Shelly comes in. That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo. Welcome back, fam. What's going on, everybody? We're here for Taco Tuesday. You already know what time it is. It's Just Cash, baby. Joined as always with Underrated. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, we had a couple unfortunate plays yesterday, but, those things happen in betting, and try not to let it affect us too much mentally, and we keep it moving, man. I think it's part the game, and when you look at the screen behind you, you see that 45 units up on the season. How mad can we really be? We're just going to keep it moving, and I believe in time we will succeed here, and we're going to get right to it, man. I think we got some pretty good plays. Only one game today, but I think we have hit it pretty well, and we have some other games to look at for tomorrow. So it looks like fun to me as you sip on your Monster.
Yeah. Sugar-free.
Sugar-free
Trying to
does
be
not
somewhat
help.
healthy.
No. Don't be putting that out in the air, buddy. Sugar-free is even worse for you. So don't be telling the kids that.
That's okay. Hey, I'm just going to do my unhealthy vice here, but it fuels me for my rage after a nightly loss, and we'll keep it as, we always very transparent here with you guys. So 1-4 on the night overall. Pretty gross. Emily, I know, especially extremely gross with that lucky kick out to Poach, who I will say hit her only 3 of the game at that, but stuff like that's going to happen. It was a pretty terrible night in most of the betting community, so there's plenty of L's out there. Don't feel like we were the only ones by any stretch. It's going to happen. We're always going to hit these little lulls, and we saw it last week. We still ended really strong, so we got a handful of plays for us tonight, a couple for the game this evening, and then we have a monstrous 6-game slate tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So this list, real good chance we're going to grow it up even more over the night, and they're going to keep adding more props as we go. We're still missing a few things along the way, but I like what we got, at least right now. We locked in some really great value with Clark and Sykes. I believe Sykes is pretty much gone everywhere. Did Underdog also take her down? They did. All right, so mostly gone. If you can still find it, 7.5 is what we were looking at. But just try to remember we're not going to be perfect. The losses are going to happen along the way, but the wins are going to even that out. So just lock in with us. We're going to carry us to the cash counter, man. I feel confident about it.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Lines move up and down. Bookies change things. We got to adjust, and we went on that crazy streak. I think we were 43-6, I want to say. I know we won 19 in a row. So those type of streaks aren't going to happen very often, but we will win more than we lose. Overall, I am confident in that. So let's continue on and collect this money.
Yeah. So hey, before we hop into it, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button down below. We appreciate the support as always. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and be a part of the community. Come check it out. Links in the description. Still running 7-day free trial. So if you guys want to check it out before committing, by all means, we got week-long, we got month-long, and season-long passes. So check it all out. Links in the description. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. As always, if you guys got any comments, questions, make sure and throw them down below. Today, I think we'll mostly just kind of open it up we'll roll through this one game and see if y'all have anything on it, and then go ahead and start looking at plays for tomorrow. It's a lot of stuff on the board, so I mean, I think we have at least through the rest of the night to kind of get everything before the bumps start happening. But let's talk about Miss Clark. We got our favorite spot to target, assist versus Toronto. And even though I know Burton kind of did this wrong a little bit yesterday with the Sparks game, but that's also, I think, another product of it was just a really weird night. I mean, we basically had 3 blowout games. I know the Sparks clawed back into that second half, but they were losing by 20 going into half. Now, we got Clark at home, and if there is one thing I know she is going to do, it is set the offense and play make. Not that worried about her scoring this time. Much more difficult spots. Toronto has been pretty solid against the three-point shooting. You can see in most of their zones here, they really funnel everything strictly to the far wing side. So Mitchell and Clark don't operate in either of those areas. And then right there inside the paint where Boston, we're looking for her as a prime matchup today. But love this spot for her. Honestly, I would say even consideration for a ladder, taking the 7.5. And then I'm personally even playing her double-double. We snatched that up the day before. We were talking about it on stream yesterday as well. Odds were really, really good. Now, not so much. But still, I'm expecting 10 assists out of her today, man. I love this spot. So far, all the point guards we have played in this matchup have not let us down, and this couldn't ask for a better spot. So keep it pretty straightforward. I do like the regular 8.5 line as well. So if y'all didn't get the good value on the 7.5, you can pivot to that one. But the 7.5 should be pretty much available on all platforms. Let me see real fast because I didn't check this out, what Prizepicks kind of left her at. All right, so this one did get nerfed from yesterday too. It was up to a 2.5, down to a 2.3. Still playable. You got tacos and stuff today as well, so you can match those up with Clark. Not with the Kelsey one. Obviously, you're going to have to make something else with that. But the other 2 ones, totally fine. I love Clark today. If she does not get this for us, you know, I don't even know what to say, but I love it. I love it. We couldn't ask for a better spot.
You're going to say, if she doesn't get this for us, we're never doing it over again.
No, just this matchup, man. I think this is something really tried and true that we've seen throughout this season. This is our Washington versus rebounds to guards matchup. I mean, it doesn't matter who has been here at the point guard. They're all just seeing action. If Georgia Amore can get 7 assists, Caitlin Clark can get 8.
Caitlin Clark is going to bust some ass today, and I cannot wait for it. Let's go, Caitlin!
Big Caitlin.
And I will say, Sykes is still 7.5 on Parlay Play, I believe. Unless I didn't hit refresh enough. Before I make sure of that. I'm pretty sure, though.
Sykes.
There we go.
1.58. So she is still at least available hanging around on here. She might be on a couple of different books. I believe 365 took that down earlier. Let's see if they...
I will say, is she going to break hearts today? Is she going to break hearts? Because it's been very, very, very nice. She's been going crazy in the first quarter and then settling down and giving us the W. So I don't know why Bookie still got her at 7.5. I know people are betting it down for sure, but seems like that one, man. It seems too good to be true.
Mostly with her, I love the assist downside. I think this is a matchup that we will see a lot of interrupted assist, mostly because Indiana continues to just foul so much. I mean, they've stayed top 4, top 3 all season long in free throws allowed, and right now they are basically tied for 3rd place. And that's been a problem for a lot of teams. That's been another big correlation as far as why they are allowing the least amount of assists in the league right now. So free throws disrupting there, and then 3-point shooting all-time low. They just are a no-fly zone, continue to be all season long, giving up only 20 attempts per game, which is pretty crazy. I got to say that's really good levels. And then the 3-point made is bottom row, 6.6 per game. So taking out all those metrics makes it really funnel the defense, or makes the opposing offenses try inside. So for her, maybe it could have been more of a sweat if we were looking at, say, having Sabally and Izzy Harrison on the other side there. But just Izzy basically being our only threat down low is, I would say personally, marginal at best. She's looked great these last couple games, and we'll talk about her in just a second as well. But looking at Judikai's not really a shooter in any regard, very low volume overall. Allman, basically the same thing. And then if we're looking at productivity for Mabry, most of her damage is really coming from either threes or the random free throws. This matchup's not good for threes, so if we're getting to the free throw line, that's just another outlet that's going to cut off from any kind of potential assist out of her. I think for today, yes, she'll probably get a couple assists. It wouldn't surprise me to see her get 2 or 3. But in truth, I think we're really just sweating the rebound potentials. We know Indiana shoots a lot of threes. They are top 4, top 5 in that. And so there is a variance. I mean, we unfortunately saw it with Wheeler last night. So there is that.
Wheeler,
there
we hate you.
There is going to be that.
You never know with rebounds. Rebounds are so strange.
They are. And I mean, at least for her, the teammates around Sykes have been doing enough to kind of keep her at bay. And if she falls into a couple ones, sure. But still, it's not exactly the best matchup for rebounding. Let's say just general sense. I mean, Indiana, is giving up the least rebounds per game. So it's mostly just the 3-ball variance that we can have from that, because it does change a little bit if you look at the, say, defensive rebound rating. I mean, Indiana actually slides up to somewhat of, kind of a scarier spot, but it's still bottom end of the middle of the pack. That's just from the 3-point shooting, though. That's from nothing else. So as long as that just variance isn't there, I think we're totally fine. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me to see her picking up Kelsey Mitchell on the other side, who we do have an under 3-point look for. And mostly for Kelsey, she operates in that, slasher role, trying to get to the free throw line. So in that instance, I like it even more because she's going to be chasing her around and then cut to the basket, or usually followed up by one of the bigs in the area. I like it, man. I think this is just one of the props that we got to keep playing, and until it misses, ride it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, real fast before you that thought, look at the props that we have again for the players that we played last night. So Emily, for example, no assist prop. Wheeler, no rebound prop. And then I think there was a couple other random ones that we had too that we had talked about, but none of those are on the board, and for good reason. They should not be a play. So even with the L's that we had, they were still great plays because we don't have them again, and the bookies know why.
Who are you talking about?
So they already have Emily Inksler on the board and Wheeler as well, and they do not have either of those props that we played last night.
For sure. No, those are just the things, man. Those are those type of plays. They're gonna just happen like that sometimes, and just so happen they both happen in the same night. So everyone, it hurts a little more than normal, and does what it does. It's like I always like to say too, when you put your money down on a play, just remember how, fast forward your brain, how are you going to feel if this does not hit? If you can do that, you won't be putting too much money on it. Sometimes people just put too much money on plays, period, and that's why they get so emotional. And I put a lot of money on that Emily play, and I felt it a little bit. I can't lie. I'm not controlling my mind at all times. Like it kind of hurt a little bit, but then I just rewind and think about, zoom out, man, zoom out. We're 45 units up. We already know we always get it back. It happens. It's nothing, bro. It's nothing. 2.5 rebounds. Of course, it might bounce to Wheeler 3 times and we're going to lose. More often than not, it will not, though. So we got to make that play. Take it on the chin when we lose. It is what it is. Let's go.
Yep. Now, since we were talking about looking at the zones and kind of where Toronto defends, Mitchell fit in kind of the same bill. And I think, honestly, this is somewhat of a direct correlation we're seeing between Clark's under 20.5 points and then the under 3s here for Mitchell. It's not an easy matchup from 3 by any means. I mean, they are going to push them inside the paint here. So for Mitchell, I think it actually works out even better because she likes to get to the free throw line like we talked about. Great spot for that. And then any of the transition turnover stuff should be easy buckets for her. But as far as spot up and off screen stuff, it's pretty low volume for her. And I think this is something that really just continues to stand out, is Mitchell's overall volume is already low to begin with. So if we're talking about a defense that forces you to the inside to make your shots there, I mean, last game was the best one that she had almost all season. yeah, tied for season high attempts with 9 against Connecticut. Like that seemed very fake, but still, most of the volume recently, I mean, we're talking 6 attempts, 4 attempts here. So you can see there's a high variance in how her production actually looks. And if she hits over 50%, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, we just got to live with those L's. But looking at her season-long metrics, we're talking only 3 games getting over. No real reason for that to continue. Plus the added usage of, I would say, having a safety blanket in Boston as a dump down target for either Mitchell or Clark. Bookies are kind of thinking the same thing. This is not the best matchup for threes, so we know Clark is going to shoot a lot of threes too. Makes a lot of sense there. I think we see a lot of free throw potentials for both Mitchell and Clark here, but 3-point shooting, probably not going to be it. And we know with Mitchell, if they get up, she is the most chill player ever. Bro, I love her second half unders because she is done. As soon as the game is out of reach, she's done.
Yeah, she just goes crazy sometimes when they need her, or she feels like they need her to do something, and she just dribbles in circles and throws up a shot. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. She'll chill if they don't need her, really. So hopefully they'll be ahead. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be ahead and they don't fuck off like they've been doing. They'll get ahead and then they'll lose the lead and then blah, blah, blah. And then we'll see Kelsey try to shoot more. But yeah, hopefully, man, hopefully they'll go up by 20 in the third and we'll be good.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I mean, even the one miss that she had here against Atlanta, she shot 3 of 4, so that was quite fortunate to be able to get up and over that marker. Still, I mean, over the last month now, going all the way back to May 17th, so literally, or just shy of literally, but still a month ago is, I mean, this is all terrible production. It's just not in her bag this season. We talked about that also at great length over the streams. I mean, she's looking at almost a career high low of attempts, and her scoring numbers continue to stay strong. So maybe this is just a development of her game in general. They're not asking her to take so many threes, stick inside the zone, draw the fouls, go to work with that. But I like it, man. It makes a lot of sense for both of these and good correlation for our plays today. Plus, again, if it blows out, the unders for this game is going to be real nice.
No, it's actually a really good play. I wasn't looking at it too much because in my mind, I just think Toronto sucks, so I don't want to push it. But when you really dive in a little bit and see, they don't really give up the threes. So it's a good spot, man. A 2.5 for anybody's tough, you know? So just like Chelsea Gray yesterday, and we have Bridget on the list, same thing. Hitting 3 threes for WNBA players, less time and, depending on the defense, but it's not an easy thing to do. So I like it.
Me too, man. Me too. And it's something that still, we had mentioned a while back, but looking at her last year, yes, I probably would have been a lot more scared to play this prop, but season data looks a lot different when you actually think about Clark not being there. What does it look like without Clark? I mean, very different.
Completely different.
48%.
Yeah,
48% fail rate, but then you add in games with Clark, and we're talking a whole different picture. So the 69% here lines up really close with what we're looking at this season, and honestly, I think it's a totally fine play. A little bit of a variance, but totally fine play.
For sure. And for people who aren't really used to unders, I just wanted to throw this out there because I just thought of it and it was actually pretty I don't know, I like it. Think about this. If you're looking at an under, we'll use Kelsey for example, because you said, yeah, it was a little more scary last year. You personally, in your mind, I've seen you move to looking for unders more and feeling, and you always say, yeah, fuck it, fuck her, whatever, we're going. Because there's always going to be a risk. Of course, we've all seen Kelsey shoot threes. So in our mind, if we're not used to betting unders, we go, oh man, I don't want to do that. I'm scared. She could hit 3 threes and all that. That's how your brain works. Got to get past that little scared, risky thing in your mind because you don't want to lose by them doing something good. It's the opposite though. How many things can happen when we take it over? They can kill us. There's so many things, but you don't think about those things. For some reason, your brain thinks only good and positive. Maybe that's a good human thing. I don't know. All I know is don't think like it's so risky when you're trying to look for an under, because more often than not, like E said many times on here, we just want them to be average. If she's average, she's not getting there. Let's go.
Yeah, she probably hit 2, right around her average, but anything beyond that, we're kind of pushing it. And they're going to offer us, especially for these good odds, because we actually played her at way worse odds last time. I know it was a better matchup against the Chicago game, but still her odds are really, really nice today. And hey,
Yeah.
she gets there, but I'm going to roll the dice on that. And I think it's a great spot.
Yeah, me too. Now for the other way, the over. We're talking overs, and we don't talk overs many times, but certain spots, certain feelings. This seems like a good one.
Yeah, so Big Boston, it is an alt line, and for a smaller slate, I think maybe trying not to chase the full game props as much as possible would be wise. This could easily be a blowout. I mean, I'm very surprised that books were only giving them 7.5 and now 8.5 point favorite for the home team. I know Indiana has been very bad in the second half, and that's kind of what's really been the Achilles heel of them so far. But same thing for Toronto. They have not been the best team in the second half in any regards. So we're going to see a little bit of that on both sides here today, possibly. But chasing full game props still a little bit risky. We know how these blowouts can be. Boston at this line, though, I do like. Very solid hit rating. She's played extremely well at the house. I believe only missing one time this season. Don't let me be a liar.
You're right. You are correct.
But playing really well at the house, too. That's something that's always been a bonus for her. And I know we saw Reese's last game, even though she shot extremely terrible, we saw that volume. I mean, there's going to be all the volume in the world for us in this matchup. And we continue to target it. Any kind of scoring production inside the paint makes a lot of sense here. Toronto continues to just be number one in points in the paint allowed. They're also giving up, I believe, top 3 in second chance points. So we're looking at offensive rebounding, all that good stuff there. But yeah, I like Boston. This is maybe a play we might have just kind of glanced over if this was a bigger slate or what have you. Play I do like. Don't get me wrong, I do love this play. Just a little bit worried about possible foul trouble. We know how Boston get from time to time, and then the blowout on top of it. So don't get too crazy. I do like this though.
Those offensive fouls kill me, bro. Like, how many years have you been in the league? You're just going to keep elbowing people when you get the ball.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to call it on you. You do it, and she does it more than once. She'll knock into him one time, dribble, knock into him again. It's like, dude, they're going to call it on you. Like, what's going on? So don't do that today, please.
Oh, yeah. And the bookies kind of know. I mean, you can see her lines are unbelievably inflated for absolutely no reason. Even the 28.5 was still quite high. Small hit rating difference overall. Circles back to the minutes. Stay out of foul trouble. She'll probably get this full game line. That is, stay out of foul trouble. She'll probably get the full game line. But I still like the alt. I think we got to take a shot on that. And for a little bankroll builder, totally fine play.
Yeah, she should get there for us. She should. It's going to be Clark to Boston all day. It should be.
Oh, yeah. I just can't stomach the 15.5 points. That's way too high. I know it's the matchup, but still, it is very high. Wouldn't shock me to see her go for 20 points tonight, but I don't want to put too much stock in this game going the distance.
Yeah, it's a good rebound spot. It's a good assist spot. So why not throw them all in there? As we used to say, put a blanket over it, alt it up a little bit, just so we have something to cheer for today. Like you said, it's not the best play in the world, but for a one-game slate, it's probably worth it. Alt it, kick back, cheer. There's no NBA to watch, so let's do it. Big Aaliyah. Not like I'd watch NBA anyways. But just saying.
Yeah, and you got tacos and stuff. You can mix and match some of these in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is at least the plays for today. Most of the stuff on the board, pretty straightforward. We'll just kind of roll through a little bit of it and then see what comments, questions you guys got so far.
Cool. Let's see who's in here. First of all, we got Mr. Bam Bam. What's up, bro? We got big Kev Thomas. He says he's locking in. We got Tori. Tori's here. What's up, bro? The first half under King. He said, "What up, y'all? Still the under Kings." Oh, I didn't even read that. I swear, I'm not even joking. I didn't even read that before I said it. What up, y'all? Still the under Kings, and I like Aaliyah Boston over her first quarter points. Now, he said, yeah, still the under Kings, but liking Boston first quarter points. 3.5. I remember we used to roll with Boston 3.5 fourth quarter points every time, and we might think about that later today as well. What do you think about first quarter, though?
She's been good. She's been good. You know, a player that the minutes do vary, so keep that in mind. I mean, coach is still kind of messing with that rotation a little bit, but very productive. Seen her since, especially coming back from that injury. She's looked really solid in the scoring department, which is the best spot for her today. Now, this one I don't mind as kind of a shortcut to the full game prop, because obviously, again, we're not trying to get too much stock in the full game action. This 3.5 though is extremely low on Underdog. That one actually might stand out a bit more.
Tori be searching. He searches for those first quarter, first half plays, and that's cool. It's smart to do. All these little plays, sometimes they give you value because not a lot of people are betting on them in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's a totally fine play. This was a pretty steady prop for her this last season. Let's see, games with Caitlin. Let me double check. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, so pretty much still the same. No surprise, missed against Golden State, New York, and then Connecticut. She is still playing a little bit less minutes than last year. Let's see, we're averaging about 7.6. This season, we're looking at 6.7. But let's roll it back to the last 5 games. Kind of see what that looks like. All right, so still a little bit under her average. I don't know if this is coming from some foul trouble or still her just kind of working back into the rotations, but she has been pretty solid. I love the matchup. I mean, you're not going to hear any argument out of me about that one. It's a first half stuff, so for her, really just keep out of foul trouble, and I think she'll be all right.
Yes, sir. F451 says you're the hottest in the streets. Like, comment, sub, share. Appreciate it, man. We have 69 watching. Very good number. 37 likes. And we are trying to get to 69 likes today, guys. We did it yesterday. We did it the day before. I think we can. So you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us. It'll help us out a lot. Logan's here. He says, LFG. What up, doe? What up, man? How's it going?
What up, doe?
Zoe says, I've been on a losing streak and I'm fed up. No, man, I feel you. And I will say this. It happens to everybody. So it's just about how to figure out how to get out of it. And once you do, you don't even remember it. It's just like, I got this. So we'll figure out a way to get you out of it too, man. And check it out. So I'm looking and you've dropped a few questions in here. So let's just get to those now that you're saying you're on a losing streak. And I will say this. You have all overs, and that could be part of it. I don't know you personally. I haven't seen your name in here too much, but I would suggest just looking at unders a little bit more, because having that as an option can help out a lot. So with that being said, he says, can you do field goal attempted on Underdog? You can, right? But they kind of drop it later, it seems like, right?
Yeah. Usually sometime in the middle of the afternoon or definitely after 12 Eastern, though. They kind of put those up. I did see a couple of them. Now, kind of limited most of the time. I will say Prizepicks surprisingly has had better value on these lines. Underdog also doesn't bump them, so it's kind of a win-lose situation. You might be paying the tax over on Underdog, whereas it's a flat line on Prizepicks, but Prizepicks will bump it. Underdog typically will just leave them the same. Now, do we have a question about a specific one, or?
No, he just wondered if they had him on Underdog. And then he also has your homegirl Isabel Harrison at 6 rebounds. So if you wanted to shout her out, I know you wanted to talk about her. You liked her fantasy. And then there's one other one he had. Alamond, Julie's, where was it? I want to say it was points. Why can't I find it now? Oh, and I see Keel Rogers is here, and he says Alamond PA, so we can look at that at the same time. And I know Starfall was on Alamond's assists in the Discord. And yeah, Zoe says Julie Alamond higher than 6.5 points. So let's look at Julie points and PA and Izzy's rebounds, or whatever you like for Izzy too.
Yeah, let's talk about Almond real fast, because she's an interesting player. Really surprising this last game going up against Atlanta, being able to hit 3 threes. I would say that's very impressive. Let's look at her assist rating, though, because she's been a little bit back and forth. We saw a couple spike games and then coming back down to earth here. But last one against Atlanta did look impressive. I mean, 11 potentials, was able to pick up 6 out of those. Not bad. Not the best matchup by any stretch. This typically is not a matchup I would really try to target as far as assist. I mean, she's still extremely low, so 3.5, like I totally get that. I don't mind it. I do not love this matchup. If there was a matchup for her not to get assists, it's definitely one of them. But 3.5, it's a low line. Now the points for her is interesting because she's been very efficient. I'm kind of surprised that the books are leaving her up. What's her actual line? It's not 6.5.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. No, it is 6.5.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we are still banking on ultra efficiency. Like, look at her logs more recently: 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 6. So, staying kind of over that 50% range. We are going to see that taper off a little bit. Most players, especially guards, are not going to shoot that efficient. She's been very selective with the shooting, I will say. Always in the mix in transition stuff. She's a player I would be looking also at for a fantasy line. She just does everything, and she is playing some lights out defense right now too. I mean, multiple blocks and steals in every single game, all but the one, and the one that she returned in. She's a menace. She is definitely a menace.
They're liking her. She had 34 minutes last game, and we know Rice and Sably are out again. So I don't see why. Was that the game? Was the last game the game Izzy got? Oh, it was. Izzy got tossed. Yeah. So maybe she was in there a little more at the end because of that. I know they're different positions, but
take that for a grain of salt. Let's compare Julie to Lacan last week and kind of how she did us dirty. I think this fantasy line extremely appealing.
That is so
extremely appealing.
What's on Underdog? What's a fantasy on Underdog? They don't have it.
Not there.
Why is it 18.5? Can you click on those little bars so we can see bars? We like seeing those 5 bars.
Yeah. Extremely
37 and 0.6. And you know what's interesting too, and we said this, you said it about Lacan. I mean, we love Caitlin and all, but she's going to be dribbling around and throwing the ball here and there, trying to make wacky plays. We just need Alleman to get 1 steal. She probably will get 2.
It's very, very likely, and I mean, I'm just out of curiosity what it looked like from last season, but
that's the one Starfall was talking about in the Discord, her first half fantasy, because of the blowout concern as well. You know, that kind of helps that. But personally, the way I look at it, yes, the blowout could happen, but will it happen as much as the fact that you get the entire half for her to pick up her steals? You know, both halves is what I'm trying to say. I hate trying to get it into the first half and over, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're going to miss it with the place where she would get her steals. You know what I mean? It's like you got more time for the averages to actually play out if you play the full game.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's all kinds of random variables that can happen, you know, for her converting those assists. We're looking at teammates. Maybe they come out a little bit flat. Maybe Clark actually doesn't turn the ball over at all in the first half and then comes out and turns it over 5 times in the second half.
Yeah.
Plus, you're paying a tax on the full game prop by quite a bit. I mean, we're looking at 18.5 full game. She was 9.5 first half prop, so it's 10 baked in 20 for full game price. I know it's only 1.5 difference, but still, you know, small difference. Yeah, man, I'm looking at. I think this 6.5 points, totally fair. Not mad at that. And then this 18.5.
They're both of them are so low. Those are the type of plays I'd say it's like I want to vomit in my mouth thinking about an over, especially for a player that doesn't do anything. We could just be watching and hoping and praying she does something and looking at a line like zeros all the way across the board and just be just mad and throw shit at the wall. But if we keep that in our mind that's a possibility and we play it with no emotion and we just put a little bit on it, I think it's worth a play. You know, not a full unit just because it's her, but you know, it is too low. It is too low.
Yeah. I mean, it's extremely low. The points too, you know, they are putting this as low hanging fruit for a good reason. I mean, it's not like last year she wasn't playing heavy minutes and still not really hitting that marker. It is going to be sporadic, but you got a couple of positives working for us. One, any kind of turnover, transitional stuff, she is likely going to be in the play because we know those turnovers are coming from Clark. So potential buckets there, potential free throws as well. Also, massive free throw upside for her. I am not expecting her to hit 3 threes, so let's definitely take a massive step back from that and look at it. What does that score look like? Was maybe 1 3, 0 threes? I don't know, but banking on that might be a little bit more difficult. Yeah, last season she only hit 1 in each game, but potential assists still look pretty nice. And the 0 steals, that's actually extremely surprising. But the minutes allotment for her in a closer game, we're looking well over 30 minutes, so even in a blowout, still, I would say safely 26 minutes or so.
No, what I'd do? I'd put, and mind you, super small plays just for fun, but a little on the points, a little on the fantasy, just so the crazy weird, chance that she doesn't get any steals and blocks, and you're sitting there pissed off,
Yeah, absolutely. This might end up official. I think you and I might have to be. Have a little conversation. Yeah, bro. That I know the points are one thing, but she just does so much for this team right now. I don't know if I can ignore that fantasy, man. Because I mean, again, she continues to be a capable rebounder. We know that's there. The assist and playmaking should be there, and then just sprinkling a little bit of scoring upside. And bro, if we get 2 steals, her fantasy prop is going to be so free.
Yeah, no, you have a point. I don't like it because I hate overs and I don't want to cry later. And I hate the frustrating feeling of everyone watching the game together and her just doing nothing. And then we just cuss her out the whole game. Like, that's not fun. It's not fun. So yeah, if we keep that in the back of our mind, I don't mind it. I just like to preface it with that because I hate overs with that being said. We can go with the Boston over a little easier with the alt because we know Boston's going to get the ball that's going to be their main emphasis, go to Boston. So I'm cool with that. Julie, on the other hand, she could just sit around and do nothing, but her line is so low that I feel you. So I'm with it, but we just have to agree that we can't get mad if she misses.
100%. Yeah. And again, we always got to put it in perspective. Is this a play that I would play on a 4-game slate or 5-game slate? Am I playing it because it's a 1-game slate, or is it actually a good play?
Yeah, and it's pretty much, the fantasy is on the lower side. I would just say play it, but play it small. You don't play it enough. Like I said before, picture in your mind losing later. How are you going to feel with the amount of money you're putting on it? That's how much you should put on it. Don't put enough on it where you're going to get mad if it doesn't hit. That's not fun. That's not what this is about. We don't want to do that. We want to have fun, make a little bit of money. If we lose a little bit of money, oh well. It's Julie Allemand. Like, that's not what we're, this isn't the play of all plays. So don't put too much on it. That's all I'll say. And then we're fine.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. I think both of the first half and full game stuff totally fine. Just don't get too carried away with it. Don't get too carried away with it.
That's another way to say it. Don't get carried away. D Johnson, I'm so sorry, bro. I passed your comment up. He says, "Time to get paid, fam." What's up? What's up, bro? D Johnson always coming in with the positive comments. Yes, sirree. And speaking of, 3 times said as well. What up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Good luck. 3 time.
Yo. What's good, man? What's good, fellas?
Khadijah's here, and she says, late to class today, but I'm here, gang. Got my notepad, pen, and joint. Let's cash. I got my joint, too, and I'm going to light it up with you. Let's go. Hey, and guess what? She said she was late, but really, she was probably here before us because we were actually late today, but who's counting? All right, let's see what else we got here. Damien, what's up, man? He says, what about Clark field goal attempts at 16? Ooh, Caitlin's gonna chuck, E. Caitlin is gonna chuck. But I don't know, is 16 too high?
It's a little bit on up there. Again, a little bit more of a difficult matchup scoring wise from 3. So we could be seeing her pass that ball off a lot. I'd be a little bit weary with that. Is it a good line? Yes, absolutely. But if the teammates around her are just doing so much scoring wise, she's just going to keep passing the ball. We've just seen so much production out of the point guards, mostly from the assist and playmaking. And we know that's going to come at a cost, at least some degree, from her field goal attempts. I don't mind it, but if the team's humming, she's just going to keep passing the ball. Oh, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about Harrison too. I know that was kind of a part of the question earlier. Rebounds, I'd be a little bit gun shy on. Again, Indiana giving up just general rebounding, the least in the league right now. A little bit better for defensive rebounding. Not much offensive rebounds at all. They are elite against that. Izzy, though, if I'm looking at anything for her, not the rebounds, definitely not the rebounds. Also, we need to find out if Fagbenley is going to slot into the starting lineup. I get the feeling that's going to happen sometime, possibly sooner than later, if Sabley is going to be out. But we will see. We will see, because that will definitely hurt her rebound rating. I'm looking at Izzy's fantasy, though. If we're talking about playing her, she also just been a phenomenal defender. I mean, multiple blocks and steals. Only 2 spot starts thus far. Now, you're getting into possible foul trouble. Just know that. Accept the risk if you are going to play her. But she is a player we have not seen her ceiling potential. You know, she could easily be like Nate Howard, and we're looking at her props like 2 weeks from now. And, you know, remember that time when she was at 22.55 fantasy on Underdog? Oh, man, I would pay to have that back again.
You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Aaliyah Boston a little bit. I mean, she's not on that level, but she's close with how low her lines are, you know, and how she's getting a chance today. Remember that one we did, Aaliyah Boston, and she just came out and got there in the first quarter? Feels a little similar to
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. So it's a perfect scoring spot for her. If it's the same starting lineup as last time, where she's at the 5, they have Laura out there, I do like the fantasy. She's going to have a lot of block and steal potential against Boston, a lot of scoring potential down low. We've seen that volume look pretty nice. I mean, 11 this last game, getting thrown out in 19 minutes. So you got a little bit more motivation. Maybe we're not so foul happy this game, and we're looking at closer to that 28 minutes. And yes, she didn't perform that well, but that was against Washington. Not really that surprising. She didn't score a lot, but the rest of the metrics looked really good. So let's add a better scoring spot for us here, a better steal and block upside potential. Stay out of foul trouble. I do not mind this 22.5 fantasy. I got to shout out Big Izzy. Plus, she is fine as hell, so I don't mind playing that either. But personal plays. Again, know that she comes with foul trouble, but this line is way too low. And Prizepicks has her at 23.5 as well.
Yeah.
So that or points, either one.
All these plays are like, they're good leans. They're good plays to play. Just play small, watch the game, enjoy the Caitlin Clark show, and just, you know, chill and wait for the props tomorrow. Put a little bit of money on everything you like today, just a little though, you know. So regardless, say everything goes backwards, and you're not going to be mad still. But you'll be really happy if everything goes forward and you just win a little bit. You'll be good. And don't be mad at yourself if you don't put enough on it later. Never feel like that. So throwing that out there, just have fun today and play what you feel personally is going to happen. Play small, have fun. Logan says Boston rebounds.
Rebounds or 10 plus?
Says Boston 10 boards. But I guess 10 plus he's looking at.
I'm assuming it's Prizepicks.
Prizepicks here. Hard Rock and like you were showing right there, they are at 9.5 on some sites.
Yeah, some of them have it at that. I mean, if you're playing the 9.5, you might as well just be playing the double anyways, to be honest. Sorry, I gotta pull that off screen. Give me 1 second. I'm just curious what the double payout actually looks like. Plus 122 for that, and then her 10 plus rebounds plus 110. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
We've seen her score 9 points a few times.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be asking for 10 rebounds out of her. She could definitely do it. This is a good spot for it, no doubt. But, man, we're getting on up there. 10 rebounds alone, I don't know if I could play it without some kind of scoring upside, because that's kind of pushing it. I am curious, did we get a better alt maybe? The 7.5? I'd play the 8.5. I don't know if I'd play the 9.5 though. If I'm playing the 9.5, it would definitely be in a double. I'm not going to eat a worse payout to barely get there.
If you're going to play Boston,
that's a big difference.
If you're going to play Boston, I think the best way is to do what we had there. Alta PRA to 24.5. Gives you more options. Sometimes she misses. Sometimes she'll get more rebounds. Sometimes she'll score more. And sometimes she'll actually get assists. So why not throw it all in there? Alt it down. It's a fun day. It's not a stress day. You don't want to stress out on her getting 9 boards and you're like, I lost, motherfucker. What are you going to say?
Most places should have access to the 7.5 too. I mean, this is on most book sites for really easy parlay stuff. And even I don't know why Prizepicks is. Are we getting some decent juice on this? No, these odds are just straight terrible. Yeah, I would not play Boston anything likely on Prizepicks today. Maybe at best if we got a combo. 14 flat. I mean, they are making that pretty appealing, but I'll probably pass on that.
Alrighty then. So yeah, a lot of options. It's funny, there is a lot of options, just one game, but none of them feel crazy good. I do like that Mitchell. I do like that Caitlin. I do like that Boston. I will say they're decent plays. Just don't go too hard. It's Eli. What's up? He says, what's a juice reducer for Sykes under 7.5 RA? What's a juice reducer? I believe he's saying like the payout that we have unit size up there. We had her at, what's that? 0.82 we got her at on Underdog. And on Parlay Play, I think it's the only place she's still 7.5. She was 1.58. Oh, she went to 1.61. Interesting. So she moved up for you. That's not bad. Oh, you're going to refresh?
Yeah, let me make sure she's not 6.5 or something silly underneath. All right, it's still 7.5. Yeah, so you can't get her on Parlay Play.
It's not bad.
Kind of surprised she's still up there. Yeah, these are really good odds, actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Join the party. We can all cheer for Sykes under, and she can all break our heart. That's another thing. Like, she's gone under so many times, and this is such a perfect spot. These are the type of ones that sometimes don't work out, and then we all get sad. But just don't get sad. It's not part of this game. We're having fun and know that every single play can lose. And it is what it is. We're going to win in the end. Just today, Sykes might get A all right. Just remember that, and then it doesn't hurt. Logan says, Mabry PRA under 24.5. I kind of like this one because I love cheering against Mabry, and it's a bad spot. We didn't make it official, but we were talking about it.
Yeah, she's a fairly popular, favorite under today. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Difficult spot scoring wise from 3, the assist a little bit more harder to come by. Man, I hate Mabry, dude. I hate her so much. Every time we ever need her in either direction to stay over or go over, stay under, she just does this dirty, man. And I'm at the point where I'm just ready to continue passing on her. Hey. But yes, with that being said, I mean, it is a great PRA spot to take an under. She's a little bit scarier last season. Did hit that in 2 out of the 3 games they played, mostly just from a lot of free throws. And that's something for her that, we might be sweating that aspect out. She might not be able to hit her threes, but we've seen her get to that mid-range and be a very, very annoying person. Now, I think Sykes functions a lot better in this situation, and Julie alike, either one of them being more as a slasher. But we know Lexi Hull's going to be guarding her. Sophie Cunningham's going to be guarding her. We do get a little foul potential there, but it's a tough spot. It is a tough spot, and I would really like to say that somewhere down in my gut, I feel like this game is not going to be close. So wouldn't surprise me. I think also for her, looking out for live props, second half potential unders makes a lot of sense. But she's been coming alive in a couple of the last second halves, so I don't know how I feel about that.
She came alive last game, but she still stayed under, and that was fun. There's something very satisfying about a Mabry under. Big Two has always been on those with us. It's just feels so good. And sometimes she just checks the hell out, and you just get the free money. Sometimes she just starts to chuck and you lose. It is what it is, but I'm definitely playing that under with you, Logan, for sure. That's fun. I'm going to play all these leans, just small and have fun, kick back, see how many come through with what we thought. I think we're going to be all right. The only way we don't do well is if Boston gets in foul trouble, the game stays close. That could fuck up some unders. But we shall see. Logan says Sophie 2 threes.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sophie. You know, she's going to go out and do Sophie things. I personally have not played her a single time this season and totally fine with that.
Me too.
Yeah. Coming back from injury or quote unquote injury, I still think that maybe there was something behind the scenes of that, but that's neither here nor there. Her 3-point shooting has been pretty solid. I know we hit a little bit of a lull there where she was only, really getting one or so, mostly just the minutes. How close to 20 or over 20 minutes does she play, or are we chilling in this 17-19 range? She's all right. Lower volume than maybe what we're really looking for. So it's an okay play. Not in love with it. Keep an eye out for her lives as well, though. I will say, if the game starts blowing out, she will get a little bit of a garbage run. Her and Lexi out there in the second unit.
Sounds good. Yeah, Sophie's... She's tough. It's not fun sitting around hoping Sophie hits a three. It's just not fun. And chances are maybe she could, but it's like a 50-50 shot. And it's not fun. So why put yourself through that pain? I like this one, though. Keenan says Brittany Sykes under 1.5 threes. I don't think she's getting...
I like it.
I like it a lot. It depends on the payout. If you can get anything decent, I think that hits.
Yeah, we almost went with that as an official play, too, to be honest. The odds were quite terrible. Ooh, they actually bumped this up by 0.1.
I don't hate it.
0.6 up earlier.
Like I said, I'm playing all these plays. I like that one, too. I'm going to play all of them. Just play them all small. Sykes under 1.5 threes, yes. Give me that. She doesn't shoot. Not in this matchup. Look at all her look at all her threes, bro. Like all her games where she shot threes. She did have one game where she hit 3 threes. And that was against Connecticut. And then look back at the other 3 games she went over 1.5. Sparks twice, and the one game she hit 4 threes was against Phoenix. Like every game she's hit 2 or more has been against easy matchups. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, and for her, it just circles back to the volume being a problem. Very low to the 6 attempt one was something extra, but that was also 106 to 102 scoring, so way higher than per usual. But I mean, for the most part, on an average day, we're talking 4 attempts at best, and she operates so much better inside the paint, and I think another perfect spot for free throws. Saw a fair amount of that last season. Yeah, 10, 8, and 6 attempts there, which I will say, side note, both of these players for Toronto, I do like their free throw attempts. Sykes a little bit of the lesser. Mabry at 2.5 felt extremely nice, but Sykes not bad either. I think hers was at 6. Oh wait, never mind, they bumped that up. I'm good on that. Probably clears it, but I'm not going to play a bump. And then Sykes was at 7 earlier, 6. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. This one I actually don't mind because this is a much better ratio. 6 attempts, 5 made. I will play the attempts for that. All right, sorry. Scatterbrain there. You were asking me something.
You're good. No, we were just talking about the under threes. Louisville Gamblers here. What's up, man? Appreciate ya. He says sup. All right, guys, we got 70 watching, 56 likes. We only need 13 more likes for our 69 likes. And when we get 69, we get good luck today. The good luck will roll if we hit 69. I think we will, though. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us. It will help us out very much so. Help us all out. Let's get to 69. SF9NR says, Clark, double-double. You already talked about it. You like it for the payout, though. When these kind of plays come into play and you're looking at these, just try to find the best payout you can find because it's going to be that plus money.
Yeah, it's a fine play. I mean, honestly, I played it already. I got this at plus 165, so it's plus 140 now. Totally fine. Just make sure whatever site you're comparing to, however, I will say you can see a big difference here. So we're already looking at the assist being our route to getting the double-double. So the 10 plus assist is plus 150, and then that is 10 higher than the actual double-double itself. So make sure you're looking at whatever the odds are specifically between the 10 plus assist and the double-double itself. I'm not under any impression she's getting 10 plus rebounds here, so it could happen, but I mean, you might as well be playing the triple double at that point. 25,000, or 2,000. Hey, if there's a day to play it, this would be one of them. But yeah, we're looking at the assists more than anything. So comparison wise, 10 plus assists would make more sense than the actual double double here.
Alrighty. Khadijah said, who would you take for the over rebounds on the tempo, Harrison or Laura?
I mean, it would still be Harrison. I don't think I could ever play Laura again after that last debacle that we had with her. And again, she just doesn't really seem like she's a tryhard in that aspect. I am waiting around just on the off chance that they do slot in Fag Bentley as a starter, because Harrison might have her hands full with Boston. I mean, I know she held her own against Angel this last game until she got thrown out, but even still, if Fag Bentley starts, that's really going to hurt her rebound rating, because also what that's going to do is keep her at the 4 and not at the 5 where she is right now. So her role is going to flip a lot more as a scorer as opposed to being the main rebounder, because Billings ain't going to shoot at all. We know that.
Oh, Billings, jeez. She also says someone got to get the boards right, and yeah, I forgot as well. Fag Bentley could be in there and steal some of those boards, so we got to remember that. Good point, E. Logan says Sykes under 20.5 points. Ooh, living dangerously under Sykes. I've done that before and it hurts, but I mean, it is high.
It's high. I mean, truthfully, you're just banking on this not being a close game. I worry about the volume. I really worry about the free throw potential that we could see out of her. Again, showing y'all from last season, and that was with Sykes on a team that had a lot more hands to feed. This team is not so much. I mean, it's just her and Mabry and Sprinkling, whoever. So I don't mind it. I think that's also another one we could snap up pretty early. She always does the same thing. She comes out red hot in the first quarter, and I know we're going to hear people complaining about, she got a rebound and assist, because she does it every game. But her first quarter is really where she just pops off every time, and then it's from there on, what do teams kind of do? How do they play her from there? So keep the damage minimal. I think we could easily jump on this as a live prop, and we've even seen bookies really overcorrect with her because of the potential ceiling that she has. And there's several games where you and I are laughing where she scores, 6 or 8 points in the first quarter, and Parlay Play, for example, has got her at 28.5 points. And I'm like, dog, you got to show me that. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, 100%. And it usually works out almost always. She has gone off, but yeah, most of the time now. Dex says, what's good, fellas? Let's cook. What's up, man? He says, Isabel Harrison under 4.5 rebounds. Now, we just talked about her, and I was going to say this, and it brought me to, he gave me an idea. So, say Fag Bentley does start. Is there a chance Izzy doesn't start? Because maybe they're mad at her and they're like, you did that with Angel. And, Fag Bentley really was the starter. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's very possible. And, Izzy's not a young player. I mean, she's definitely a little bit more seasoned. She's 32, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so not exactly the youngest of Spry, but there is a real good chance she could be kind of their 6-player spark plug off the bench role. And Sably is not going to the bench. We know that. She was one of the early draft expansion picks, so it's only either her or Fag Bentley. And Fag Bentley was a starter at the beginning of the season. Now, granted, Harrison was not with the team, so I don't know if that could be a reason. But we do need to keep an eye out for that. I think security as far as her being a starter, because this back and forth stuff is a little confusing. But I can see her being a starter, especially with Geeky now being out. There's a really strong debate on we need somebody else in the offense to pick up the scoring, and if that's going to be her, then great.
Now, that brings me to his question. He says, is he under rebounds? And I wanted to throw this out there. I just like to be ready. So if the lineup comes out and she's not starting, what is the best play? Is it rebounds? Or is it something else?
Yeah, the rebounds I think would be a really strong look, and then any kind of scoring props might be kind of scary because she's really not going to have anybody to compete with usage for. If she's coming in off the bench, there's a real good chance she's either out there with Sykes or with Mabry, and those are the two main scorers. So could see even more of an offensive usage in that aspect, but I think the rebounds are totally fair. Not the best matchup by any stretch.
What about that PRA? I mean, if she doesn't start, she's probably not getting 19 PRA. What'd you think?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be very cautious with taking unders on Izzy because she is a great rebounder. Like, let's not kid ourselves. We've seen her in seasons past. She is a rebounder. So the scoring for me has been a pleasant surprise because that's not something that in seasons past I've really seen out of her. But some get up and go is there right now, and maybe it's just by default they just don't have anybody else. Like, you have to shoot the ball. So keep that in mind. She is a decent sized body. She's 6'3". She's not small by any stretch. So keep all that in mind.
But if she doesn't start, man, I see this first half at 9.5 PRA. It's pretty high for someone who doesn't start, especially a player like her where she could disappear. But it is a scary spot in comparison, right? Like, Indy can give it up down there.
Yeah, it's really, this is one of those weird crossroads where we just don't know. We haven't seen enough of her, and we haven't seen a clean game from her yet. The only closest clean game was this Washington matchup where I think a lot of these other, she's not going to get four steals and 5 stocks or whatever. That I think is unreal. But having 2 to 3 assists, we've seen that in several games. Having somewhere in the range of 3 to 6 rebounds, we've seen a lot of that too. And then the scoring is really a big question mark. These high markers here, and then the lows are very low. So I don't know. Just be cautious with her. We haven't seen her at full strength or at full minutes this season. And if we do, her props are so low.
Yeah, you're making me want to just pass altogether. I feel you to lean on the over and want to cheer for her, but personally, it's a little risky. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. If she doesn't start, I'm probably going to just play the first half under 9.5 PRA. And if it loses, and we laugh at me and I just cry. But it's cool. Logan says, got my joint too. Let's go. And he says, Caitlin Clark, first half points over 10. She's coming out hot, he says. I agree. She is coming out hot. Let's go, Caitlin. But 10 points first half? What you think?
It's a fair line. She pretty well stays between that 9.5, 10.5 marker. Another player, just looking at, this first quarter production, if the highs are high, she's humming. If the lows are low, she really struggles in the second quarter. We know, well, if you didn't know, most of the time, Kelsey Mitchell in particular, she does a lot of her damage in that second quarter. So there's a little bit of a trade-off between the two of them. Also with Boston, we've seen her. She takes a lot of her production in the first quarter. Somebody's going to miss out on it. And it's kind of this, carousel of a nightly occurrence of who's going to miss and whose lines are too high and what have you. Lately, it's been Mitchell taking a little bit more of a backseat in the first quarter. But second quarter, looking a lot different. This is a lot more of a greenery for her and more red for both Boston and Clark alike. So if we're not getting their production in the first quarter, you are going to be sweating that out. But I think it's a totally fair line still. I mean, she is being productive, staying right around that marker. I just don't know how I feel about the 3-point aspect of this matchup, though. I don't know how I feel about that. They've allowed a couple games, and they've been pretty tough against a couple other players too. So yeah, decent free throws though.
It's the Caitlin Clark show, fellas. Okay, it's 3:15. We have probably only about 5 to 10 minutes before we get off here. We got a lot of things to get to, so let's go speed style. You ready? Starfall's here though. Gotta shout the man out. Starfall, we were just talking about you. He says, yo! We were just talking about how you in the Discord is such a pleasant thing to have around, man. You came with some good plays off and on. Always speaking some knowledge about what we're doing here, so good to see you here, bro. And let's get on to the question. Michael says, I'm not sure if you covered this already, but how do you feel about Julie's rebounds under 3.5?
Yeah, 3.5 is pretty high. I could see her getting, that 2 to 3 range. Asking for 4 rebounds, quite a stretch, especially if she's covering Clark too. You got to imagine that she's going to be out there hanging out with her on the 3-point line for the most part of the game here. Totally fine. Look, she is a decent rebounder though. So, pray for the long balls not to be there.
Logan says, do you like over or under totals? If so, what do you think about the game tonight? Yep, I'm with you. That's why I let you. That's why I didn't say nothing. Those are hard, man.
Indiana's going to win. That's all I know. By how much, I couldn't tell you. How close can Toronto keep it? No idea.
You never know, man. They come out with different mentalities. Who knows? Yeah, that's hard. JYK says PRA is the best way. I believe he's talking about Boston, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to say this name correctly. The Keys. I know now. He said, would you play Julie Aleman? Got 10 PA. I'm also looking to pair it with Lexi Hull 10 PR. Interesting. Lexi Hull does get those rebounds. 10 PR Lexi.
I mean, Lexi, just again, you're paying for the minutes. Those are always going to be random, low 20s or less if she's in foul trouble. I do like the rebound spot. Again, circles back to the 3-point shooting. Don't know if I'm in love with that in this particular matchup. The oh my goodness, what was the other player? I totally just brain farted.
Julie Aleman, PA 10.
Yeah, Julie's fine. I mean, I think there's a lot more of an argument for Julie. We know she's playing 30 minutes in a close game. And, if that's going to be the case, then her lines are still way too low all around.
All right. D. Johnson says the same thing, 10.5 PA. Hopefully he heard what you were saying there. Zoe says Mabry's banned on my parlay. I don't trust her game. LOL. I do not either. And you are a very smart man. She is tough. She is in our band channel. Sophie, 2 threes is a risk. LOL. Yes, it is. I agree 1,000%. Khadijah says, so all that being said, Mitchell Taco on Prizepicks is a go and OG line is a fade. I would fade the OG line, and yes, the Taco is a go. Correcty? 13.5 points?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. We're definitely playing the 13.5.
Okay.
Plenty of stuff to pair up with it, so.
Okay, Willie Unfortunate 2, what's going on, man? New name. Welcome. He says, any Caitlin Clark plays. We got her alt assists. 7.5 we got yesterday. That's our favorite play, I believe, right? Her assist today?
Yeah. Okay. Personally, I'm leaning towards the under 20.5. She can get that, but it's still extremely high. She's not going to have the same 3-point shooting. Could get there with the free throws, but still, I'm looking for her just to be a primary facilitator. Now, if Boston gets in early foul trouble, maybe we will pick up some live pivots here to Clark, some kind of scoring or PRA or whatever. But in the dark, still, I'm worried that this game is not going to be a close one.
Kevin Stark says, good luck tonight, fam. I hit on 2 5-leg parlays on pick 6 in the Vals game with all unders. Besides Plum, free leg $10 into 170. Clap it up for that, man.
Yes, sir. I saw that. Very nice. It was a night of unders.
It sure was. Mario says, is Clark under fantasy crazy? Probably high as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty high. 38.5 is not bad. She's been back in that, 38.5 to 40 range, depending on sites. Let's see, Underdog, 38.55. Yeah, pretty much the same. I like it. Continues to have the turnovers and stuff. Mostly we're just sweating out the points scoring overall. She is going to get some assists here, so just know that. But yeah, it is a higher line.
Logan says the Mitchell Taco's definitely a go. Yes, sir. And he says Laura's on the ban list. Yes, sir. 2 correct things in a row. And he says she didn't even try that game. I know we hate Laura around here. You're preaching to the choir. He says Sykes' points are dumb high. Yeah, they are, man. She's known to do it. But yeah, this is a matchup you could go under and pray. Stabile is out, says Easy Money. Stabile is out. Mm-hmm. Okay, got that. Thank you, sir. ZB Miami says, yo, I'm late, but I'm here. Let's go. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Late is fine. We're always late, too. Logan says, what up, doe? ZB Miami. What's up, guys? They say, what up, doe, together. I love what up, doe. It's so fun to say. Andre Brooks says, I thought Sabally was out, and Ezzy will be on a minutes restriction. Ezzy? Oh, Izzy. Sorry. Izzy Harrison, I believe. Maybe? Is that what he's saying? You think? Must be.
Probably. No, Izzy's good to go, man. She's just got to stay out of foul trouble. I think this last game we could have saw her actually get that 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was that Angel Reese dance she did, or throw her on the ground thing that she did and got kicked out. That's why her minutes were low, if you didn't know. Just throwing that out there. Sably's out, fellas. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see what else we got. I like the under game total. Okay, good luck. For Fever first half. Okay, that could happen. I really hope it does. I want Fever to whoop some ass today. Starfall says, they took Boston 3.5 assists off all books. I wish I bet it earlier. Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to hit more often than not. Hopefully the payout's decent. Do you like the Julie 5.5 points and 10 PR for Lexi together as a parlay?
Yeah. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Should be somewhere just closer to plus money. If I had to guess.
Andre Brooks says Mabry RA 6.5. She's 100% against them, averaging 8. Would you take a chance on Mabry's over RA at 6.5? No, that's one of those ones. It is. Those are one of those ones. I personally stay away from it. If she averaged that against them before, I would say this team's a little different than the last team, right? So I wouldn't put too much weight into that.
Do not look for any player on Toronto at any of their last season stats. All these players are completely different. Mabry was on a team she did not want to be at in Connecticut. Sykes was drowning in Washington and wanted to leave. Sabally never could be a starter behind JJ. And Julie doing Julie things. So, I mean, nothing different there. But, yeah, we're seeing completely different players from last season. So throw all that out the window.
Cardell Reynolds, what's up, man? He says Boston 7.5 rebounds over. Yes, sir. That does make sense. Just try to find the best value on that you can. Andre Weaver says I need to hit bad. Well, hey, that feeling is a tough feeling to have, but I would just say if you don't have anything you love, just play really small and wait for a good play. Got to be patient because that's where they get you. Bookies, no, they get in your head. They mess with you if you get emotional and you need something. So just be patient is all I can say. Khadijah says, can CC get 3.5 rebounds? CC can get 3.5 rebounds, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Money 2800 Brain says, I smell another under the C-type day. Under the C-type day. I love under days too, man. I hope so. Andre says, I met Tammy. Oh, he meant, Fag Bentley.
Yeah,
for the minutes restriction. For the minutes restriction.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she'll be on some kind of a limit. So
okay.
We'll see a split between them.
Andre likes the Izzy fantasy. Hey, it does make sense. The Izzy fantasy and the Julie fantasy are both too low, for sure. Do you want to play it? I don't know. Do you want to get scared? I don't know. You could. Like I said, I'm playing them all real small. Khadijah says Sykes RA under 7 ago. It got bumped down. Would you play under 7?
Oh, Prizepicks added it back finally.
Maybe
it's still in. I would say it's still in play. You know, you might be playing for a push here, but still not bad. If that's your only option, I wouldn't be that mad at it.
Andre has a good point. He says Mabry hustles hard against CC. Yes, she does. She wants to show CC who's boss, and I totally get I totally get that way of looking at it. It could definitely happen, man. It's just for me, it's hard to put money on it. But if you feel it, go for it. I could definitely see it. And we are done. We made it. Oh, Cordero threw another one in. He said, do you like Julie over 9.5 RA? I'm sorry, PRA. That must be
the alt line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing 30 plus minutes a night, man, you better be able to get that.
No doubt. Okay, guys, 76 watching, 64 likes. If you can, throw the like, smack the like for us right before we leave so we can get to our 69, please. We would be very appreciative. If you're watching late, hit the like. We're getting to 69. I already know. Whoever hits the 69 got super good luck today, too. And we're getting out of here, E, with your sugar-free monster.
We are. And before we go, just got to shout out Big Stewart. You already know business as usual going up against Chicago. Favorite play tomorrow by far. 7.5 rebounds. Get this in. Get it in because this value is going to be dried up and gone. Real good chance she even goes up to 8.5. Pretty heavy on the juice. 7.5 line, though, is just way too generous for the payout we're getting on Underdog right now. Also, we posted a 2-picker. Stewie 7+ rebounds and Clark 7+ assists. Great odds on Bet365. So, full unit on that. All right, y'all. We got to get out of here.
Wait, one last thing. One last thing. Sorry, it'll only take a second. Sorry. I just wanted to read this. My favorite comment of the day. Money 2800 Brain says, let's have fun today. No sore losers. Crybabies today. Bet what you're willing to lose. Fire emoji. Very well put in a very small amount of words. Words to live by, guys. Let's have fun today. No sore loser. Crybabies today. Bet what you're willing to lose. Let's go. Cordero, appreciate the feedback. Andre says, thanks. We're out of here, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Can we get out of here now? Sorry.
Yes. We're going to get on out of here. Monstrous 6-game slate tomorrow, so we're going to be back cooking. Check out the Discord. Make sure you hit that like on the way out. Good luck tonight, fam, and we'll see y'all back here later, all right? Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
But I'm had enough.
Fuck you, Prizepicks!